Gemini is still incredibly underrated. Despite almost having a billion users, I come across people all the time that still don't know what Gemini is capable of. If you're new here, I'm Michael Brown, and this is Michael B Tech, where I talk about all things Google ecosystem, whether it's software, hardware, AI, or the cloud. In this video, I'm gonna go through the very basics of Gemini. I'm here at my computer desk, but I kind of want to get more comfortable. Hold on. I think that's a lot better. Now we're a lot more relaxed. Before we hop into the fun of all the things that Gemini can do, let's hop into the settings so we can set it up so that Gemini can be the perfect experience for you. So there's a couple ways that you can interact with Gemini now. For instance, you can just do the hot word, "Hey Google," and Gemini pops up right at the bottom. Or you could do my personal favorite. You can press on the power button and Gemini is activated right there. Obviously, the easiest way to activate Gemini is the hot word using "Hey Google," which makes it a lot more hands-free. Another cool way to activate Gemini is just by swiping from the corner, and you can even type to Gemini, just like this. Or when you activate Gemini, you can just tap on this microphone right here to be able to talk to Gemini directly using voice to text. What's the weather in Los Angeles? And it'll automatically.
In Los Angeles, it's 86 and sunny.
So before we start jumping in and doing some fun stuff with Gemini, let's hop into those settings. You can, like I said, open up Gemini by swiping like that. And if you want to go straight to the app, you can just swipe up, it takes you right to the app. And this is what the Gemini app looks like. And to be able to make changes in the settings of Gemini, you're just going to tap on the top left-hand corner with the two bars. Hit the gear icon down here at the bottom. Scroll all the way to the bottom and hit settings. So here you'll be able to do some cool things like change Gemini's voice.
Great, let's get going. Here's one of the...
This is one of the voices I can...
Maybe this voice can help you brainstorm.
Then there's this one. Here's one of my voice options.
So Gemini has a lot of cool, fun, different voices you can use with different dialects. So remember that hot word I was talking about when you say, "Hey Google"? So here's exactly how you turn that on. So since we're in settings, you're gonna scroll down to the bottom and you see where it says talk to Gemini hands-free. You're gonna tap on that and you're gonna turn that on. That's gonna enable you to be able to say the hot word so you can use Gemini hands-free. Okay, so you have that turned on. Let's go back into the settings, hitting the back arrow. And so now let's go back one more time. Hit the two lines. Hit the gear icon. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to make Gemini a lot more personable. So what that means is Gemini is going to be able to activate and even understand you specifically. Tap on personal intelligence. So here what we're doing is we're giving Gemini a memory. So the more you talk to Gemini, the more you tell Gemini, Gemini will be able to remember those things. So you're going to turn that on here. So Gemini can also do things for you, sending a text message, looking at documents, even giving a summary of your emails. Gemini is able to do that seamlessly. So we're going to tap into connected apps. Let that load for a second. And you see, here are some of the apps that Gemini is able to access and use. So you have those that are from Google that you can turn on. And so again, Gemini is able to read your emails and even summarize them throughout the day. You can also have Gemini look at your calendar and find some blocks that you have to be able to go to an event or even schedule an event. You have Google Docs, so Gemini is able to create documents for you or even read documents that are inside your Google Drive. Speaking of Google Drive, you have Gemini that is able to look inside of your Google Drive and organize things for you. You also have Google Keep, where you'll be able to have Gemini create notes or even summarize notes that you already created yourself. So here you have Google Tasks, so Gemini is able to create tasks or read back tasks for you. Next up on the list is search services. And so what that is it allows Gemini to be able to find any patterns based on your Google searches on ways it can be proactive in the way that which it interacts with you. It's some pretty cool stuff. After that, we have Google Photos, where Gemini is able to help you find photos for you. So let's say if you took a trip last year in Jamaica, you can ask Gemini to be able to find those photos since they were so long ago. You also have YouTube, so you can ask Gemini to find a YouTube video for you or recommend YouTube videos based on your interests. And if you have Google Home smart devices, you can have Gemini turn on and off lights. You can have Gemini figure out exactly who came into your kitchen if you have a Nest camera. You also have YouTube Music, so you can have Gemini play specific music based on your interests and your likes. And a new feature that Gemini added was the ability to be able to search different apps inside of Google Play. And what makes Gemini even more interesting is that it can act on things on your phone, so it can actually send text messages. You can even allow it to make phone calls for you. And the really cool thing about Gemini that other apps and services can't do on devices is that you can actually message people within WhatsApp as well. And what's a virtual assistant without being able to set a timer? So there's the utilities feature that you can activate and turn on. You can even have Gemini shop for you using Instacart. Create a reservation, verify AI images and videos that you find online, or even shop for rental properties within Zillow. So now that you've turned on what you wanted to turn on, let's go back to the main screen on Gemini. There's actually one more thing I want you to do inside of your settings. So let's hop back into settings. Tap the two bars, hit the gear icon, swipe down, hit settings, and we're going to go down to screen context. What screen context does is allows Gemini to be able to see what's on your screen so it can give you a little bit more context. Let's go ahead and choose Google. And then we're going to turn on use screen and app data. Go back to the home screen. Okay, so now that we have Gemini completely set up in the settings, now I can show you exactly what Gemini can do. So let's say you're on Facebook and you see this post right here, right? Tap on it and you're looking at it and you're like, hey, I would love to go to this game. You can actually have Gemini add this game to your calendar. Let me show you. Swipe from the corner, add this to my calendar. It's going to be looking at my screen and checking the context on the screen. And it should automatically find exactly the dates that are on my screen.
Sure, you want to create these two events. Do you want to go ahead and create them right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, everything's done.
So again, because we added those connected apps, we turned those on and we turned on that context feature, Gemini is able to see what's on my screen and go into my calendar and add those events on the calendar. And that's just the beginning of the context that Gemini can grab from your screen. Let me show you another one. So speaking of on-screen context, let's say you're on Instagram and you're looking at tacos, but the place that they posted about isn't inside the caption. It's on the screen. So you can actually have Gemini take a look at the screen. Where is this place? So Gemini is going to look on the screen, notice the address that's right here, and it should activate Google
This
Maps.
restaurant is Blue Plate Taco, located along the coast in Santa Monica, California.
So there you can see Gemini was not only able to see what was on my screen, but it actually pulled up Google Maps, so we can actually pull that up and you can actually navigate to it if you wanted to. And let's just keep talking with Gemini about this restaurant. What do most people buy at this restaurant? So it's using Google Maps again, because we connected that app to Gemini.
At Blue Plate Taco, diners frequently praise the fresh, Baja-inspired Mexican cuisine and coastal-themed cocktails.
And you notice when I said this restaurant, it knew I was talking about the restaurant we were just talking about. And it wasn't just veering off and talking about random restaurants that are near me. So let's go even further with Gemini. That sounds really good. Can you add the Baja fish taco and the lobster taco from this place into a keep note? So
I've added the Baja fish taco and the lobster taco to a new Google Keep note titled Blue Plate Taco Orders.
So notice it didn't even add the address. So let's add the address. Can you add the address to that restaurant, to that keep note?
I've added the address 1515 Ocean Avenue, Santa Monica, California 90401 to your Blue Plate Taco Orders note.
So that's how easy it is. So if I tap into it, it should open up my keep note. So that's just a pretty cool way that Gemini is able to not only grab context from your screen, show you a location based on your screen, and add specific items that were from your screen or from Google Maps straight into a keep note. But let's go even further. Gemini can even look at your own files from your Google Drive and help you with some context with them as well. Look inside of my Google Drive for a Best Buy invoice receipt and tell me exactly what was the total again. So Gemini is going to look inside of my Google Drive, find an invoice. As you can see, it's connecting to Workspace. It's going to find an invoice and give me the total that was in that invoice.
Your Best Buy invoice receipt was $349.79.
So as you can see, not only was it able to pull it up, but it also gave me a link so I can quickly get to it. So if I tap on that, it shows the sources at the bottom. So if I tap on it, it's going to bring up that exact receipt from my Google Drive from Best Buy. So that receipt specifically was about a modem and some routers. Let me see if I can go even further. Since we're looking at that receipt, can you tell me if that was actually a good deal or if there's other modems and routers that are even better for today? What's really cool about using that voice to text feature is the fact that not only is it recording my voice, but it's also transcribing my voice exactly how I said it. But let's see what Gemini did. So that Best Buy invoice receipt was from 2020. And so what it's doing is now comparing modems and routers from 2020 to 2026. So it's letting me know if that was a good deal in 2020. And now it's going to tell me how that hardware holds up to today. All right, but let's just say everything's not on your phone. And let's say you have a receipt. You just left the restaurant and you want Gemini to be able to split the bill for you. Here's how you can do it. Inside the Gemini app, you have this plus button right here. You're gonna hit camera. You're gonna point the camera at the receipt. Take the picture. As you can see, took the picture right here. So then you're just gonna hit attach. So now that that receipt is attached to Gemini, now we can ask you some questions. Hey Gemini, this is a receipt. 4 people was at the restaurant, so can you split this receipt 4 ways? Gemini is receiving the image. And so look how fast it was able to quickly come up with that. If you wanted to handle the tip separately, because there was no tip that was added, you should just split the receipt total of $101, so each person would pay $25.46. Super easy. But let's take it a step further. This is awesome. Can you create a Google Sheet with this, splitting the bill so that I can save this for later? So it's now going into Google Sheets, and based off of the information that it got from the receipt, it's now creating a spreadsheet specifically from that receipt. Open that. And here you go. All right, so enough about numbers. Let's do some shopping. All right, so let's say we're back in Instagram and we see some fits that we kind of like, right? We can actually press and hold on Gemini. Instead of talking here, we can actually circle on the screen and it captures exactly what we circled. So then I can ask Gemini, what hat is this? What team is it? And where can I buy it? So Gemini is able to see not just what's on my screen, but specifically what I circled, and it's going to give me what it is.
Baseball cap, a Major League Baseball.
And it even gives me different links that I can click on. So not only was Gemini able to find the hat for me, but it was actually able to tell me exactly what team it was. Tap on these 3 dots right here. Hey Gemini, what are you doing right now?
I'm right here with you, ready to help out with whatever you're thinking about or need to get done.
Cool. Can you tell me actually what's the weather in Los Angeles?
Right now in Los Angeles, it's sunny and 84 degrees.
So yes, it's doing the same thing that you were able to do previously, but now you're able to have a non-stop conversation with Gemini without saying the hot word or having to press the power button consistently. But Gemini Live can do even more things. And also within Gemini Live, you can actually do things that allows Gemini to see your screen as you're having a conversation with it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up Instagram. So you still have Gemini right here opened. Tap on Gemini here. So you're gonna hit this button right here that's gonna allow Gemini to see your screen. So I'm gonna tap on that. Share your screen with Google. So you're gonna hit share entire screen. Hey Gemini, who is this?
That's LeBron James.
Can you tell me a little bit about him?
LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
So Gemini is able to see your screen. You can have a conversation with it and just keep going. Let's just keep going. So I'm gonna open up a website, activate Gemini again. Gemini is still looking at my screen, so I can unmute myself. What is this article talking about?
The article you're viewing discusses the first teaser for the Pixel 11, which confirms a feature called Pixel Glow, while also comparing it to a Google book.
So again, Gemini can not only summarize articles from the context from your screen, but literally everything that it can see on your screen, it can help you with. But similarly to how we did everything inside of the chat, we could do it inside of Gemini Live. So I can actually have Gemini grab the context from this article and put it inside of a summary inside of my Keep Note. Check this out. Cool, can you actually make a note and keep notes about this article? Give me a summary about it, and also if you know exactly when the Pixel 11 should be announced, add the date for that event.
I'll get that note created for you right away. I've made a note titled Pixel 11 Teaser and Pixel Glow that summarizes the Pixel Glow feature and includes the date for the Made by Google event on August 12th.
What makes Gemini even more powerful is personal intelligence. Remember that feature I told you to put on with Gemini when it comes to memory and personal intelligence? So now Gemini is able to know you and actually understand you even more. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Hey Gemini, remember that email that my mom sent me? I think it was last year about Thanksgiving. She said something about how many people were going to be there. Can you tell me exactly how many people were there last year?
Based on the emails from your mom, she did not state a single exact final head count. Instead, she asked family members to plan for the following ranges.
So Gemini was not only able to search all the way back to last year to find that exact email, but it also got the reference of who my mom was. Not only that, but it even specified that my mom didn't even say exactly how many people were coming to Thanksgiving, but she gave an estimate. So it even said that in the response. And again, we can take it in even a step further. Check this out. Perfect. I think we want to plan a little ahead early for Thanksgiving 2026. So can you find that document that was from 2025 and create a new document that's similar like it, but with updated information? And there you have it. Gemini was quickly able to create a document for this coming year for Thanksgiving. So if I open that, it literally created a brand new document for us to get ready to prepare for this year's Thanksgiving. Okay, we got through that. To be honest with you, that's not all Gemini can do, but that's just the very basics. So let's head back to my office. We did it. Well done. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. You have now graduated from the very basics of Gemini, and now I invite you to explore Gemini. Try different things. See some of the things that which you can do within your own workspaces and daily life flow. Again, it's been a great joy to be able to make this video for you. If you have any questions, I'll definitely hang out in the comments for a little bit. As always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like Google related videos like this one, be sure to subscribe so I can make some more videos. So without further ado, I'll see you soon.